My microphone is
Okay,
working.
we are live. Hello. Welcome to the Prompt to Pain stream. With me is Nina Green and Mr. CCDV. Now, oh, wow, it's weird when you hear yourself.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm going to have trouble because I'm on Wi Fi instead of hardline. But I don't feel like crawling underneath the house to draw the hard line out through underneath the house and stick it up back through the floor into my bedroom and put it back into the computer. I'm lazy, okay? Jeez.
Oh, okay. I won't hold that against you. So,
So there may be
Nina,
some delay issues on my side.
Nina, how
Yes,
would you
Bill.
rate your level of pain today? And I don't mean me. I don't count in this factor.
Yeah, the pain in the ass doesn't count.
Yeah.
About an 8.
What type of pain are you experiencing?
Back pain as usual.
Back pain. Okay.
Yes. Always. Constantly.
What do you think is the cause of your back pain? And don't say
Me.
me. It's not my fault.
It is your fault, Jedi Bill.
No.
It's always your
It's
fault.
always
No.
your
It's
fault.
never my fault.
Degenerative spine with bulging disc.
Wow. I'd like to say hello to Propagandist Productions. Prop and yeah,
Propaganda Productions.
Okay.
One word. Propaganda
I know.
Productions.
That confuses me. You're making it one word like that. How are you doing, Mr. CCDV? How would you rate your pain level today?
How would I Well, that's a good question. My standard response is 6 because chronic pain is chronic, right? You're never not in
Yeah.
pain. But
Yeah,
it
that's true.
spikes, sometimes. Right now I'm steady 6. Actually, I may be down to a 4 right now.
Wow.
But I've had a lot
Yeah.
of beer and a few drinks. So, or
Dear God,
what the?
I hope it
I
wasn't
took a
Bud Light or
couple of
Miller.
THC tablets. What's wrong with Miller Lite? Come on now.
They've gone woke too. That you know. That you know.
No, I haven't been on YouTube in a while, so I really don't know. I
Yeah.
cut
Miller
myself off
Lights.
from media once in a while just to clear my head.
I understand.
I don't blame you. Getting ridiculous. It's getting
So,
really
with a
bad.
clear head, if you want to hear, I had a electromyogram done a month ago, right? The more recent one than the one from March of last year. And this most recent one is showing demyelination in my nerves in my legs. Um, do you know what that means? Do you understand what it means to have demyelinating neuropathy?
I do not
It's
understand or
excruciating.
know.
So, if you know anything about electrical wires, you know that they have plastic insulation on them, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that plastic insulation, when it's when it's not there, the wire arcs across to anything that will receive, signal or electrons or whatever the case may be. That's what the insulation is for, is to keep the electrons in the wire running down to whatever part that you're working on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the same thing as myelin on the nerve clusters, right? The nerves, the spine with the nerve running down it, and it branches off down the legs and things. So demyelinating means that it's stripping the insulation from the nerves. And so the nerves are misfiring, which means that they're not working correctly. And that's so I've got a longer travel distance for sensations from my extremities to my brain and back. So I'm more like a dinosaur now than I was 5 years ago or 3 years ago when we started YouTubing.
That sounds horrible.
Anyway, it takes longer
other
for
part.
brain signals to get to, the other parts of your body. So with the demyelination going on in my legs, I don't know how much longer I'll be able to walk and stand and sit and, all that
Oh,
stuff.
jeez.
I don't know. But yeah, that's how I'm doing. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I have the occasional pain in the legs, hips, feet, everywhere. I don't usually talk about my pain.
Hey, Gorilla, random thoughts.
What's up, Gorilla? Good to see you. Nina, can you hear Mr. CCV?
Sorry,
Yes,
better.
I
Jedi
can.
Bill.
Yeah.
Jedi Bill, I'm sorry to say this, but most of your problems are due to your weight.
I know that.
Sometimes it's a cruel thing to say, but sometimes cruelty is what people need. I don't really know what to tell you, man. I mean, I didn't intentionally lose 100 pounds, but I did, right? And so I did lose 100 pounds, and my legs have gotten worse. So it's not always about the weight, but I think in your case it is.
Yeah. That I know.
So, Nina, you wanted the pain stream, right? Which is a good thing.
Yes.
I haven't been doing it on Thursday mornings like I used to. I'm not really scheduling anything anymore. I just do
Yeah, I
whatever
know.
comes to mind.
Yeah.
Where's this? You've been working a lot lately. Yeah.
I don't know if
How's
you
that?
call it working a lot. I mean, 3 days a week making pizzas is not a lot.
You make pizzas?
But yeah, I've been if I get approved for the Social Security case, then I can only make $1,400 a month. Otherwise, I'd already be supervisor of the morning shift or something like that. Because,
Wow.
3 weeks making pizzas, they were like, oh, you can basically do everything in the kitchen. I was like, yeah, I can. I went to culinary school just like you two did. But yeah, I'm only allowed to make $1,400 a month while I'm on Social Security disability. So I don't want to go over that before I get the decision.
That's for sure. Well, we'll see what happens there. I don't know whether it's true or not because You can never tell on YouTube, but they say that we might not be getting our Social Security. I don't know. They really can't do that.
Well, they can. If a government shutdown actually takes place, then you will not get paid until the government restarts, which happens every couple of years, but usually happens in October. So I find it hard to believe that the government's going to shut down in June. But there's precedent for it, so they may.
Yep, we'll see. So, see what happens.
Propaganda Productions says my uncle had back surgery. This was the only thing that helped. And you know what? Sometimes that is the only thing that can help. I mean, you either have a discectomy, right, where they take the disc out from between the spine, or you have braces put in where they literally drill into the vertebrae and have metal braces that hold the back in place. It depends on how severe the impingement is of the nerve. The nerve bundle, right? Like I was using the analogy earlier, a wiring case, right? Covered in rubber, right? And so anything that happens to that wiring harness in your spine causes peripheral problems, right? And so peripheral problems, meaning the outlying hands and feet that you're thinking of, that's peripheral. Okay. So the outlying hands and feet, if your spine is compacted, which happens in age, right? You get older, and so all the mushy parts become less mushy, and so your bones start scraping against bone. And that's age dependent or injury dependent, whatever the case may be. So it impinges, it crinks the nerve, right? So if you think of a garden hose, I know I'm using a lot of analogies, but the nerve, if you think of a garden hose and you pinch that you pinch a garden hose and signals don't go through, right? Or water doesn't go through the garden hose. And that's the same thing. So if your spine collapses in your lower back, then that causes the impingement of the flow of the nervous electrons that are going back and forth in your spine. So sometimes surgery is the only way to fix that. I wish that were the case with me. I really do. Unfortunately, it's not the case with me. Mine is, again, like I said, the demyelinating portion of it. It's not a collapsed spine. As a matter of fact, I have no impingement in my lower spine at all. It's literally the demyelinating portion of this fun disease that I have that is causing most of my problems. Hello, Rhonda Check.
Hello, Rhonda. How you doing? Hope
And
you're doing
Rhonda.
well.
And you are correct. They do want us to be a third world country.
Don't want to go to Mars. What? I think you're safe with your feet planted firmly on the earth, Rhonda.
You know, if you
Good to
don't
see
run
you,
out of
Rhonda.
oxygen, I'd say go there. But honestly, the better choice would be to put a colony on the moon. 1/6 gravity? Hell yeah. I'd go to 1/6 gravity in a heartbeat. Because every time I get out of a swimming pool, I'm like, I feel like I'm dragging myself out of the swimming pool, like I'm a freshman in high school learning to play water polo again. That's how I feel every time I get out of the pool now. So, yeah, I'd go to Mars or the moon, anything with less gravity. I would do that. Absolutely.
You got attacked by a bat, like a baseball bat, or like a bat that
Like a
hangs
bat,
upside down in
bat.
a cave.
That's it. My cage bat.
A bat that hangs in a cave, like Batman.
Yeah. Yep.
Guano.
She told me about it.
How does a bat get a flying bat? Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Rhonda.
Well, flying bat is that? I'm
Well,
confused.
I
'Cause
think
I
it's
thought
a
all
fruit
bats
bat.
flew.
I think it's a
Oh,
fruit
fruit
not the
bat.
one you
bat,
hit
not
the
flying
baseball
bat.
with.
Okay.
It's made out of wood and wood or aluminum.
Whatever. I have no idea what you guys are talking about right now.
This stream is open, so if anybody wants to come up and discuss their pain, you're welcome to do so. It's pinned to the top. And welcome, Rhonda.
And
Welcome,
I
Rhonda.
will be that guy.
Howdy, everybody. Yeah, that's some crazy shit, man. I could not believe it. I was just sweeping around the kitchen, and all of a sudden I thought it was a bird, but it was at nighttime. And all of a sudden I hear this fluttering and feel this flapping by my side of my head. And I'm like, what the fuck? Or no. So I ran into the next room, and I just have a curtain dividing my room there. And I went back in, and I ran out of the house actually, and I kept looking in, and it was just hanging on the curtain upside down. Then the next day, I thought it because I left the doors open. I thought, and the June bugs were getting in, but anyway, I thought it had left, and it went in my utility, my laundry room, and so it was back the next night. I didn't get hardly any sleep. I had a coat on with a hat and gloves because
Wow.
yeah, it was crazy, man. I knew it wasn't Brad Pitt. No. So yeah, it was pretty weird. But I actually have I looked up. I don't think it bit me, but it did kind of make contact with my head, in my hair, and so I kind of felt there, and there felt like there was like a little scratch and like a little tiny hint of blood. So I go to the doctor tomorrow, and I got to tell him I got attacked by a bat.
I hope you don't have to get rabies shots.
I do too.
Horrible.
Yeah, I know that's what I
right.
hear. But
Yeah.
but then I'm reading, if it is bite, and it said it could feel just only like just a little prick, and that usually going untreated is almost always fatal. So I'm like, great.
Well,
So I might be off this planet before
hope that
too
you
long.
only got hit by a bat rather than bit by a bat.
Yeah, I think it just
We'll hope that you got hit by a bat rather than getting bit by one.
yeah, I don't. That seems like there would have been, a bigger sore, more blood if it bit me. But it did. There was a little tiny spot or something. So he probably clawed me or something. But I couldn't get it out of here. I just started calling it Batman. I was trying to find it, and then I finally heard it. I had my back door open, and I finally heard it fly out after 2 days of being terrified. That's crazy.
So that's why you had your back door open, hoping the bat would fly out and go back to its cave.
Yeah,
You're
I don't know
lucky it
how it
didn't have
got
children
in.
to create even your own house.
What's that?
I said you're lucky it didn't create a cave and just nest in
Well,
your own
yeah,
house.
that's what my sister was saying. She's like, I hope that you don't got a bat family in your house because there's something weird in this house. I'm trying to move out of here. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But so yeah, crazy. But is somebody getting back surgery?
No,
No,
we
No.
that
were
I know
Oh,
of.
replying
okay.
to
I
a
thought
comment.
okay. I thought I read that.
Somebody said that back surgery was the only relief for back pain. Or no, that's not what it was. His father's only relief from back pain was surgery. I think that's what the comment was basically.
Yeah, I'd
But
definitely be
I was
getting.
going on and on about I was going on and on about the different kinds of back pain that you can have. Muscle spasms and things like that can be relieved by massages.
Yeah.
If you have an impingement, it could be helped by a TENS machine. That's a little machine that you put pads on your back and it sends electrical signals through your spine to help
Oh, yeah. That sounds
the
cool.
regular nerves work
Well, because it can
properly.
either be in your muscle or your bones, or it depends. But
Right,
I know someone
exactly.
that went and had back surgery,
Sometimes
walked in.
surgery is
Yeah, it just depends, and you really got to check the doctor out. So a friend of mine, he was only in his late 30s, early 40s, and he had back surgery. Walked in the hospital, and he never walked again after that. So you gotta. That's when you.
and that is a risk, and you do have to sign away for anything that goes into your body. And,
Yes, true.
yeah, so it is a risk sometimes, but again, that weighs against how much pain you're in every day, right?
That's true. You
I mean,
can't. You don't
I've
want.
called suicide hotlines. I've called the Veterans
Wow.
Crisis Line multiple times. As a matter of fact, the last time I called the Veterans Crisis Line, they actually called the police and had them do a welfare check on me, and they took me to
Oh,
the hospital because I was suicidal because of how much pain I'm in.
pain you're in. Yeah,
So
you can only take so much pain. What'd you do to your back?
I
And
didn't do anything to my back. I have multiple
It's just
sclerosis.
okay. Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mijo.
only
Hey.
We're talking about pain. This is not karaoke. Karaoke is later. I guess he came in and
Well, he's muted, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was posting about that. That's propaganda. That's me.
oh, okay.
Okay. Oh,
But my uncle had
were
like
you
a major back
propagandizing?
surgery. Yeah, my uncle had a major back surgery like that, and the only stuff that really helps him out is that tincture. It's like a cannabis tincture, and he puts it on there like every other day, and that's the only thing that kind of helps him. He can sleep.
yeah, and they don't want to give that cannabis stuff out to people because it does work, and
It's
then
California's legal where we're at here, but
yeah,
it is like the only
works
thing
for a
he could
lot of
find that
people
helped him.
anyway. Yeah. You
Not
It's
to
know
send
about
him
expensive
down to
though,
the
right? I
dispensary.
mean,
Yeah,
like
it's expensive.
I'm living off of government, you know, with the VA, so I basically live off of the government. Um, but it's like you can't have any kind of cannabis or THC in your system if you want to have some kind of narcotic, and the VA is just not prescribing it anymore. And
wow.
civilian doctors, as a matter of fact, are still in the same boat. They're like, oh no, we can't prescribe Percocet to you anymore because then you would get addicted and die from an overdose of fucking Percocet. Are you kidding me?
That's bullshit.
It's nowhere near heroin, but that's fine. It's addictive, I know, because I went through the withdrawals. I
Yeah.
think Nina offered me pills once, and I didn't take them.
Well, that was smart because a lot of them, they
If
get
I
you
can't
going
have
on.
a steady, if I can't have a steady supply, then I don't want it.
Exactly.
If it doesn't matter to me that I have to go pee in a cup to get my 30 or 90 pills for the month. I'll go pee in a cup to get my 90 pills. I'll stop drinking. I'll stop smoking marijuana. I'll do all that stuff. I'll stop everything that is supposed to be bad for me if you give me Percocet, and they won't. And so, fuck them. I'll get drunk and smoke all my cigarettes and smoke as much marijuana as I want to.
Is that the VA that won't do it for you? The VA?
The VA will not prescribe pain pills for me at all.
That's horrible.
They give me naproxen.
Yeah,
they prescribe naproxen.
Well, they take an oath first, do no
Advil,
harm. So you're supposed to be in charge of your overall health, and if you're in pain, they're supposed to give you pain medicine. It's all regulated and all about fucking money and shit. Excuse my language.
For sure, I got VA. I'm a vet, and I got that VA. It's
like I said, I pee in a cup.
Yeah.
Swear, every 30 days I'll pee in a cup if they give me a Percocet back. I swear I will. I will not smoke marijuana. I will not smoke cigarettes. I will not drink beer. I will not do any of the things that I do now if they gave me fucking Percocet back.
Yeah, and they should.
But they won't. So.
And then if they do, then they can change that on you too. It's just crazy. But, so you do what you can do.
I took it as prescribed. 3 times a day. And yeah, I was on it for a few years, and it was a pain in the ass coming off of it. 28 days is what recovery is most of the time, right? With a bunch of counseling and stuff. So yeah, I was sitting on the couch shaking my ass off. But you know what? Ever since I've been off of Percocet, I've been drinking my ass into the ground. My liver function is all over the goddamn place.
Yeah, I know. I
that's
drink more
because
than
they
I should.
won't give me Percocet. So they're like, "Oh, you're only 46. You can't have Percocet because you're only 46." Well,
crazy.
In that case, I'll just keep drinking my Miller Lite. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, the government's stupid.
I know I interrupted you, Miho. Sorry, Miho.
No,
I interrupted you, Miho. I apologize for that.
No sweat. That's what was the branch, if I can ask? What was the branch of service you're in? Army, right on. Same here.
Yeah. I'm on Wi-Fi right now, so I'm about 3 seconds behind you guys.
That's all right.
What's the difference between Miho and Miha? Is Miha the female?
That would be the female.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm the hoe.
You're the hoe.
I'm the hoe.
Finally, they got it right. No,
the Spanish language makes sense when you put it into that kind of context.
Yeah. I'm the hoe.
That's hilarious.
But the vets,
Rest
man,
in peace, Tina Turner.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Tina Turner.
I didn't know Tina Turner died.
I guess she died recently.
God, there's so many dying now. Because we're all, I'll speak for myself.
Well, 83 is a good age, but
yeah,
that's a good, healthy, long life.
Yeah.
And she was still hot all the way to the end.
Yes, she had them legs, man. Kill.
Keeping it right.
Them legs, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and Mick Jagger, I think,
Took a
did
good
something about
job
their
in the
legs.
city.
We
Yep,
used to all
yep,
hang
there
out
you go.
together.
And she forever
Working for the
rolling,
man every night
rolling on
and
a
day.
river.
You guys know she wrote not Bush City Limits.
Hmm?
Yeah, Bob Seger does.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to a lot of Bob Seger, but I know what you're saying. The singer songwriters of past decades are pretty much gone. We're off topic again. Doggone it.
Okay.
That's
Nina,
everybody's
how are you feeling today?
Talking about pain.
I don't know. Nina, are you there?
Pain of losing a celebrity.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I can't get behind that. I can't get behind the pain of losing a celebrity. A loved one, absolutely. I've got tons of experience with losing a loved one, but losing a celebrity, it's like
Yeah, I don't
I'm not related
understand.
to you, and I like some of the stuff you did, but
Yeah,
bye.
I agree with you.
It's not a tragedy to me.
No, because I mean, they weren't really your family or nothing. That's how I feel about it. Although I would have liked to meet Elvis. No, I'm sorry, I keep changing the subject.
Don't apologize. It's all right.
No, Elvis had some
Hey,
pain. He was
Yeah,
Right.
don't
taking them
apologize.
pills.
I mean,
I ramble because I get
I
lonesome
am
sometimes.
I have been experimenting for 5 years on what relieves pain, right? Like, what not the hard drugs or anything, but marijuana, anything that's legal. I've been experimenting with for the last 5 years, and
Whiskey
you
Yeah.
can tell
works,
that I
right?
took a couple of. Whiskey is no longer working. It works for pain, but it makes my mental status go haywire now, which
Yeah.
it didn't used to.
The after effects are not too
So
good
I think
either.
I have a new lesion in my brain.
Yeah, I'm not a good drunk. Used to be fun. Now
It's I have found myself waking up in my armchair more often than in my bed. I don't know if it's something recent or not. That
well, let me ask
well,
you
I
something. Speaking
really
of
couldn't tell you
withdrawal,
honestly.
speaking about withdrawal that you were talking about, I noticed when I tried,
Hmm.
coming off of like Xanax, and I just take them as prescribed and that. But when I ran out, and then I ran out of beer at the same time, did your did your body jerk like somebody was there was a little person inside hitting you? Like, did you get jerks and stuff? Do you remember?
It did for a couple of days. That actually goes away pretty quick. It starts about 10 days after you stop taking something.
Yeah,
But
that's
or I mean, if it's a lower dose, something that you've been taking for a long time, it starts about 10 days after you stop. That's how I
yeah.
knew that I could sign out of rehab and go home
God,
after
I know. I was
15
wondering.
days of being in the rehab facility. I knew I could go home because I knew that it was not withdrawal symptoms that were causing all of my muscle spasms, which is what you're talking
Oh,
about, the muscle spasms. I
yeah.
knew after 14 days that it wasn't the muscle spasms or it wasn't the alcohol causing the muscle spasms or the withdrawal from
Oh,
the alcohol. Whatever I mean.
yeah. I hear what you're saying. I believe. But yeah, mine lasted though. I ended up, having to get to my doctor after. God, I think I didn't sleep for. It was like going on 4 or 5 days, and I'd hear a car door slam, and my nerves were shot. And he just gave me a low dose. I think a 5, a peach one. But as soon as I took it, and I was some people were giving me stuff like oh, what the heck's it stuff, Seroquel and stuff like that, and it wasn't helping me sleep. But as soon as I
I
took Xanax, I went to sleep. It was weird. So
I
it's
took a
whatever in the
couple of
Pams works
low
for me.
dose the low dose THC this morning. I took a couple of those pills. They're it's legal in Arizona, so you can do it recreationally. I don't have a medical card. I never got a medical card. I didn't know what to do with
Yeah.
marijuana. So those 2 little low dose tablets that I took this morning, I don't know what to do with myself. I think I'm not actually paying attention to what's going on around me, but then apparently I'm having a pretty good conversation with you, so I may be wrong.
I know when I smoked pot,
THC may not be
sometimes
the choice for me.
I would think too much. Whenever I would smoke pot, I'd start thinking so much. I'd freak myself out. So I don't know if I can take the
Yeah, that
TH, but
seems to be the case with me.
breathe in and breathe out. I guess that's what
It's
we
been-
do.
Yeah, it's been 2 hours, so maybe I'm just reaching the peak, or maybe I'm coming down
Everybody's
off of it
bodies
now. I
are
didn't
different,
really
you know?
know, but
You sound
Yep.
perfectly normal to me.
Yeah, that's fine. Everybody's bodies are different. It takes it takes time to metabolize it differently. Sometimes you got to switch the strain or the amount, cut it in half or make it double it.
Yeah, until you find the right
Yeah.
recipe, or till you just not do it. But when
Just
you're
a
paying
different
so
strain.
much-
I can only deal with certain strains that work for me. You find what works for you.
My sister gave me some gummies. Oh my God, it was like my mind was all over the place.
I got a sensitive stomach, so I don't do the gummies, but
Yeah,
the smoke, the flower, it works perfectly for me.
it's natural too.
Yeah. The smoking, putting smoke in your lungs probably ain't good, but you got to, give and take.
it is called a weed for a reason.
Yeah.
It's weed. I mean, it literally grew along the banks of the Potomac. I mean, nobody planted any weeds
Just pops up
on the
anywhere.
banks of the Potomac. But
True.
one of our former presidents was like, "We need to get rid of all this weed."
Which one was that?
That makes.
Are
I
you
think it was
saying
Theodore
that
Roosevelt.
it
I'm not
grew
sure.
naturally in the wild in the
It is a weed, Jedi
Was it
Bell.
land
It
of
is
the
a
United
weed.
States?
It
Was it
grows
Nixon?
in
It was probably President Nixon.
any dirt you put it in.
Yeah.
It can pop up. It's a very industrious plant.
I mean,
I like the smell.
I go out into my backyard and I use my weed eater. Why do you think they call it a weed eater? Because weeds grow faster than grass. Grass doesn't grow very fast. You know that, right? So it's a weed eater.
Not, yeah.
And so you kill the weeds that are growing up in your backyard. And guess what happens? Weed is a weed.
Well, I get a lot of dandelion.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
just can't.
dandelions are.
I didn't care what. I missed something.
They make wine out of dandelion.
I stopped talking.
Yeah, there's a lot of like flowers and stuff you can eat, but then some are poisonous, so you gotta know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
That tobacco, I tell you what,
Mm.
that tobacco.
Nina, do you want to say anything about your pain?
I'm fine, thank you. I'm just listening.
Oh, well. We set up shop Because you
Well,
wanted to
that's
talk
the
about
whole
pain.
thing is the weed hasn't actually relieved my pain. It just made my brain go, you don't have to pay attention to that pain right now. Which I mean is basic anatomy, I guess. Even Percocet would do the same thing. As a matter of fact, Percocet basically did the same thing. I was on gabapentin and Percocet at the same time, because the gabapentin helped with the neuropathy. And you guys know what neuropathy is, right?
Something to do with your nerves, it sounds like.
Circulation in the
Yeah, it has no. It's not
your feet.
circulation of the bloodstream or anything like that. It's the nerve endings. It feels
Yeah.
like ants are crawling on your legs. Like you fall asleep on the couch and your arm falls asleep, right? And
Yeah.
as your arm is getting back, waking up, that's what neuropathy is.
Yeah, that's a creepy feeling.
That pins and needles feeling.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
like
the
your
pin and
like
needles, and
your hand is as big as Mickey Mouse or something.
that's not the sensation. That's the sensation you have, but it never goes away. Right?
Oh,
Like
that'd be good. I don't like
you
that.
fall asleep with a girl on your arm, and the girl's head is in your shoulder, and so your arm falls asleep, right? And you say, "Oh, hey, whatever girl I'm sleeping with tonight, would you mind getting off of my shoulder?" And so she gets off of your shoulder, and your arm starts waking up again, right? And
Right.
that's the sensation of neuropathy.
Wow.
And that's all day, every day, 24 hours a day, every single day. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like.
That blows.
It's exhausting. I tell people that thinking of walking is not what humans do. Humans just walk.
Right.
But thinking about walking is mentally exhausting. It is absolutely the worst feeling in the world. Left foot, go forward. Right foot, go forward. All day, every day. Every time you get out of a chair and try and walk down the street, you have to say left foot, go forward. Right foot, go forward. And yes, I know I'm lucky that I can still walk. I'm
But
fully
still,
aware
yeah.
of that. I'm not being angry. I sound angry, don't I? I don't mean to be.
No, you sound fed up. You know,
I
sick
mean,
and
it's a
tired.
pain stream, right? If I can't be honest on a pain stream, then I shouldn't be on YouTube at all.
Yeah, I like the honesty. I mean, I think
I prefer
that's
to be
what
the
we're.
guy who just makes quips once in a while.
Yeah, but we're supposed to be here to help each other. I mean, I feel like people forget about that, including myself, but if you can't relate to somebody and, you're all alone, then yeah, you get depressed and, it just feels like, what's the use? So, channels like this and being able to talk, I think is really healthy for
Exactly. Yeah.
anybody.
Oh,
One thing leads
thank
to
you,
another, right?
David, for clarifying. Yes, I cannot walk down the street without a struggle, but I understand you're in the same boat. I understand you're in the same boat. It's just that I never had any kind of injury that would cause me to feel this way, right?
Yeah.
So I never broke my back. I never, had collapsed discs or anything in my spine that would make me feel this way. It's just
It's like there's
the
no reason.
demyelination of the nerves, which is causing the neuropathy, which is causing the lack of strength in my legs.
It's that
But it hasn't
hereditary.
stopped me from remodeling my house. It just slowed me down.
Well, keep moving. They say that's. Otherwise, you'll just not want to move at all. But I don't know that much about it. Mm.
It hasn't
Is that
stopped
like
me. As a
hereditary
matter of
in your
fact, I put up
family?
a picket. It's genetic
Yeah,
inheritance, I should say, rather than it's not hereditary. Like I've got two brothers and a sister, and none
okay.
of them have multiple sclerosis. Right, multiple cousins, etc. None of them have multiple sclerosis. It's a genetic trait that comes down through genealogy, and it is triggered by a traumatic event.
Oh, such as the army
Have I
or
said that
something?
correctly?
Yeah,
Well,
I think
I had a MRSA infection on my third deployment, and I think that's what triggered my genetic inheritance.
absolutely. That's fucked up. That MERS ain't no joke. Ain't no joke at all.
And they kept mistreating it for the first 6 months of my deployment. I was actually in an Air Force hospital for 3 days, and I had to teach one of the nurse's students how to run an IV because he blew out 3 of my veins before I actually told him to shut up, relax, take a few deep breaths. Now, this is a really good vein, and you're not going to miss this one unless you fuck it up. So don't do it wrong. I showed him the vein, and I said, "This is how you do it." And he ran the catheter just perfectly. As long as I calmed him down, I'm sure he can run it. He can do a stick anytime he wants to now. But this was 15 years ago, so.
Yeah.
Laughing.
I'm weird. I actually like my pain.
You like your pain? Who likes your pain?
I do.
What do
pain.
you mean?
No,
so
he
what do you,
doesn't like pain.
as you say, what are you and Nina doing? No, I'm just kidding. No. Teasing.
I don't. Nothing.
No, but seriously, what do you mean by that? You like pain? Does it make you feel strong?
I both like it and hate it at the same time.
I don't know if I get that.
Like those, especially when I stub my toes.
I can't comment.
Which I do a lot.
I can.
Oh, I hate that.
I can comment on that. I do not like my pain. I hate my pain. I wish I could still run a 6-minute mile. So I'm going through both physical and mental pain. I used to be able to do this. God damn it. I can't do it anymore. It's pissing me off. It's making me sad. So I do not like my pain. I'm sorry. You need to explain yourself, Jedi Bill. I can't understand why you would like the pain you're in.
He said he was weird. Oh, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And come on, explain.
Well, as long as it goes away, I can, kind of relate, I think. But if it's like a constant, then that's, then I'd be like sick of it. I'm myself, I'm in more emotional pain than physical pain. So, but, it's just something you got to try to deal with. And then you die. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I think I'm a comedian or something.
Well,
David Quintana asked, anybody had ever had
going to heaven? I'm actually looking forward to the day that I die.
David asked what, Bill?
Has anybody ever had a hernia?
No, not I.
No.
Do you feel
How
that
many
right where your
hernias?
belly button
I've
is?
got
Isn't that where you'd have a hernia right below your belly button area?
no, not always at the belly button. I did have a hiatal hernia. That's what it's called, a hiatal, when it's right there
Where's
at the
that?
belly button. I did have one. The
Uh,
surgery in 2000 to have it. I have the mesh in where my belly button used to be, so I don't
okay,
really have a belly button anymore.
like a
Um,
stent kind of thing.
but I have a hiatal hernia. No, wait. Umbilical hernia was the one at the belly button.
Oh, okay.
Hiatal hernia, they still haven't corrected because that's just a portion of your stomach sticking up through your diaphragm. And so if you
Yeah.
don't need any other major surgery for any other reason, they will not correct it.
Mm. Is that the one where
So
they
they
make
give
you
you
turn your head and
letrozole
cough?
to take. Yeah, the hernia, when they
Yeah.
grab your balls and they say cough.
It's like, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Somehow they can tell. I don't know.
Hmm.
I imagine that a abdominal wall hernia probably hurts more than an umbilical or a hiatal hernia. I don't know for sure. I'm not a
I would think
doctor. I
so.
just have a
Yeah,
lot of medical problems.
yeah. I'm sorry to hear
Hmm.
that. It blows. And I'm gonna get off here for a little bit and then come back.
I've
But
never had.
would anybody be offended? Um, I just feel it on my heart. Just say a quick little prayer. If that's not
I
something that you
wouldn't
guys
be
do, I won't
offended.
be offended. Mm,
No,
Okay.
you can do that.
Okay.
And
Heavenly Father God, Lord, we come to you as one people united in your presence at your throne, Lord. And we just ask that you would give us the strength and the courage and what we need to make it through these hard times that we're going through, Lord. I pray for, I can't remember your name, but the one with the back problem that's constant pain, Lord. I pray that you would find an answer for him, Father. And we love you in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, I'll probably talk to you guys a little
Amen.
later, okay?
we might not be
Okay.
here.
Okay,
Thank you,
well, yeah.
Rhonda.
No, you're welcome. It was my pleasure.
I
If I don't see
I
you,
can't guarantee that we'll be here. So
okay. Well, if I don't see you, I'll see you the weekend or something. But
We're
everybody
still
take care of
having
this.
karaoke tonight.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, God bless everyone, and maybe I'll sing a song later.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye.
Okay, Rhonda.
My.
Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Bye. Okay. Let me see if I can get famous now. Okay.
And then there were 4. I've never had a surgery.
What's up, Mio?
Lucky. No, I've never had any
I said,
surgeries.
what's up, Mijo?
Bill's up.
Yeah.
You never had a surgery.
Nope. Never had any surgeries.
Did anybody ever get hit by a car?
Yes.
Nope. I almost got hit by a car.
I got hit by a car, and it wasn't fun.
Oh, I can imagine.
On a bicycle.
Oh no.
Dude, you're
At a-
stealing my life. Stop
At
that.
a dead stop. At a crosswalk. Waiting to cross the street, got hit. Or on the bike, waiting to cross the street, got hit.
That's worse than mine. I was riding my bicycle on the wrong side of the road, and somebody was making a right turn and hit me. So, yeah.
And that can twist your back up
Yeah, it could.
and your hip.
And other things, yes.
Which it did to me. And pills don't go good with my stomach. I got probably a sensitive stomach, so I couldn't do any pills. And the only thing, wine and marijuana was the only stuff that helped.
I do marijuana. I have
Wine, a good old Carlo Rossi with some ice. A sangria.
You know
what
what works best for
exactly
me? Actually, right now is spiced rum. Right.
Yeah.
That's what's working best for me right now.
Cap Morgan.
That's right. I buy a fifth of it every time I go to the grocery store.
I like Captain Morgan.
So what does Nina do for the pain then? You're on medication?
My pain
Yeah.
is a degenerative spine with bulging disc.
And you take like medication for it? Like
Yeah, but what
pills
do
and
you
stuff?
do for the pain?
No,
Yeah, that's what he
I'm.
asked. What do you take or what do you do?
I once in a while my vapor, which has marijuana in it.
No, it's CBD oil. It's different.
It doesn't
No,
have
it's marijuana.
No, it's CBD oil.
It's
It's very
marijuana.
weak. I've tried it. It's very weak. It's very weak CBD
It
oil,
is not.
and that's it.
It is not very weak. You don't know what weak is until you try North, and then it's
I've
weak.
tried it, and it's weak.
Maybe to you, but
it's-
not to other people, Bill.
It's helpful for you. That's what you're trying to say.
It's
No,
helpful
it helped
for
me.
Nina.
It
The
won't help Bill.
CBD.
You also go to the chiropractor, don't you, Nina?
Yeah, I do get decompressed, and that really helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
See a
like to
chiropractor.
be there.
That is helpful.
And sometimes she gets leeches put on her knees.
Mijo,
That
Don't
has
your
been-
microphone sounds like it's a mile away.
What? Mine? Mine or
Mijo?
Mine?
oh?
Let me see.
So, yeah, I haven't had leeches for my knees for a while. That's because my sister has a machine that's like electric magnet
Yeah.
thing, and it works. It helps a lot.
Magnets.
Yeah, it's
I
like
showered.
magnet and electric, and it really helps. It helps her back. It helps David's back, and that's my brother-in-law. And it does not help my back, but it helps my knee.
There you go.
So the decompression helps my back.
Yeah, I
And
got one of those.
should-
I got one of those tables where you hang upside down. Inversion.
No.
I used to have one of those.
Yeah. That
I used
helps.
to hang from those a lot.
You hang upside down like a bat.
Until you fall off of it.
Yeah.
Then it don't feel so good.
Or even back in the day, I used to do yoga, and that helped. Stretching.
Well, I like the decompression table. It feels so good.
Or some heat.
I don't like heat. I like cold.
They got this spray. It's like a cold spray. I've seen like
Yeah.
it's like a biofreeze or something. That's supposed to be really
Yeah,
good. It's a new
but
thing.
yeah, I have that from no. Yeah, I'm constantly in pain. The vapor helps, but usually the decompression really helps.
And what about a nice cocktail? Bill make you a nice cocktail or something. Nice drink.
I don't drink. I
Oh,
don't.
boy.
Drink alcohol.
No, I did. I years ago when I was 16, believe it or not, I went out with some friends and they mixed Budweiser and Coors together,
Wow.
and I got tipsy and proceeded to almost kill myself.
Oh,
I said, never, ever, ever, ever again will I drink. And if I do drink, it's like a teaspoon of Kahlua to 32 ounces of milk.
Kahlua is good.
Yes, and I love it, milk.
Put it in a little
But
bit of the
that's
coffee.
only a teaspoon. No, I don't. Mm-mm.
Or a little bit of Bailey's.
I don't think I've had Bailey's, but I will never drink like I did. I can't even take beer. I can have 2 swallows of beer. I feel it, and it's like
You
no
did.
more.
You did like that beer I brought home that one time. That
Yes,
it was like an orange or fruity flavored Michelob Ultra or something, and you really
Oh,
liked
boy.
it.
Miller Lite.
yes,
Oh,
that I
God.
like.
Oh God, he's going woke.
Oh, you got the chilada.
That's what I start the day with. The first beer of the day is usually a chelada for your vitamins, your citrus.
Of course. You gotta have the vitamin C.
There you go.
I like
Can't wait to get
mimosas.
that hard wire connected. I just didn't feel like crawling underneath my house to get the hard wire connected to my computer. And I hate being 2 seconds behind you guys.
You don't
Seems to be
sound
working.
2 seconds.
Yeah, it seems to be working.
No, you don't.
It's all in your head, Mr. CDV.
That
The
may be the
drunken
case.
philosopher.
I've been told that many, many years. Last week I got depressed. Because I got the EMG results, the electromyogram results. And so I was depressed last week when I got those results. And a friend of mine
shit.
took me out to do karaoke. And normally I wouldn't go out on a Wednesday to do karaoke, but I did last week because I was pissed, right? Like I knew for 15 years that I had this disease, but I have evidence of the goddamn disease now. And it pisses me off. I hate it. But I'm happy at the same time. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, does it?
Hello,
Makes-
David.
Makes perfect
Dave.
sense.
I'm happy.
Hello.
Dave,
I'm
We
happy
can-
I have evidence, and I'm sad that
Can you
it's
hear me?
there.
No, you're very muffled.
I can't hear
man.
you, David.
No, I'm trying to clear this out so we can test it out.
Are you using your phone?
My iPad.
What? An iPad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you sound so muffled on there.
Well, iPad with a headset. I mean, it depends on the microphone, of course, but iPad with a headset is pretty standard for a lot of YouTubers.
Hmm. All right, thank you. I'm gonna go off.
Oh, you sound better now.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you
Okay.
just need to be closer to the mic. I don't know.
Okay. I thought
Yeah.
too close to the mic because maybe it was spitting into it or something. But I guess
No,
not.
when you closer, it sounds much better.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
you're sounding much better now.
All
Yeah.
right, thank you.
I know Miho knows. You get
I'm-
just right about 4 inches away from a microphone, and that's the perfect place you want to be.
Bop, bop, bop.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say karaoke does help with that depression. Because this thing, I've been doing this
Oh,
for a
it
couple
does.
months.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Mhm.
And it's really, I want to say it's really been super helpful for me. Jumping on with all these little rooms and playing fun, playing silly with Jedi. It's been super
Yeah.
helpful. And I know it helps a lot of other people, so it's even better.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. It helps run the.
Oh yeah. A lot of people look forward to this every week, including myself.
Well, I'll be here. Yep.
Just singing, acting up, acting fun, hooting and hollering,
I love singing.
right?
I especially like singing my songs.
Yep.
Yes.
People love it.
Yeah. I forgot about one song which I'm going to sing tonight. And that's The End of the World.
Ah, the one by REM? Or a
I'm-
different one? Which song are you talking about at the end?
No,
And-
it's
I'm just trying to think of the artist.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
No, it's not that one.
Okay.
No,
Well, let's not spoil it. Let's save it.
don't
I don't
you?
It's the end of the world. Oh, I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
I got a question about the picture, Nina's picture. Is that supposed to be Bill in the far background there with the?
The one in the pink, yes.
Is that supposed to be Bill?
That's me wearing
one-
my Coca-Cola shirt.
And then the one with the nose, that's Ariel. The orange one is Patch.
That's the crew.
Who's no
That's the-
longer
You
who's
should
no
do
longer
the
with
intro
us.
to the soup. You should do the
Yeah.
intro to the soup and let him know which one is which, because I'm definitely Lone Star. I'm definitely Lone Star, and you are definitely Barf.
No. I do not accept that. I'm Lone Star. I'm Lone Star. You could be Barf.
Trying to think what reference. That's Spaceballs. What are you guys talking about? I'm trying to think. Where's the reference?
Spaceballs.
Yeah,
Yes.
yes, boss.
Jogging my main
Hey,
frame. for the reference.
Kronos. What's up, Kronos?
But like for depression, this is good
Kronos,
stuff. Here.
Why
This
am I
is-
in
this is
pain?
part of the pain.
Well,
Let me think about why I'm in pain, Kronos. A lot of people think Cronus and I are the same person, but we're not. I couldn't possibly type while I'm drunk.
Yeah,
That's for
typing.
sure.
That's for the birds.
No, Kronos is our favorite. I love Kronos.
Kronos always got something good to type, good to say in the chat.
And David knew the reference as well. Oh, Miho, you're behind the curveball, man.
I'm slow, man. I'm an old man. The brain, it takes a little bit longer to warm. You know these old vets. You know how we are.
I
old
do
veteran?
indeed.
What was your MOS?
77 Foxtrot when I started. 92. No, I was 51 Charlie when I ended, but I was
There you go.
92 Foxtrot after. Yeah. I'll
You gotta
change
tell
my
me what-
avatar on a whim. Trust
You got to
me,
tell
I
me
got
what that
everything.
is, though. I
Yeah.
remember all those numbers.
I left the Army as a E7.
Okay.
I left the Army as a Sergeant First Class. And it was a medical separation, not a medical discharge or medical retirement. So I get nothing from the Army. I get everything from the VA now.
Yeah. What was the job though? Like infantry, whatever. What was the job?
Fuel
Okay.
Fuel and contract specialist. I was a contract specialist for 5 years. I learned how to write every contract that the government ever had.
Them contracts, them like Dynacore and all those weird companies, General Dynamics.
I did a few of those, but mostly it was buying supplies and services. But I did a few of the large contracts as well. I was what do they call that? Market research agent for one of the large contracts we did. Anyway, that was a long time ago. I don't do purchasing anymore. I just make pizzas now.
Pizzas are good. The world loves pizza. I was a 19 kilo. I drove a tank. I drove a tank at a generous rank. Well, armor
And
crewman,
you were at
Fort Stewart and Fort Knox.
Fort Stewart, Georgia, 3rd Infantry Division.
Yeah. Rock of the Marne, baby.
Rock of the Marne. Don't
You had to
screw,
sing that song
man.
every
Don't
day.
screw. Are you serious?
Had to sing that song
Were you
every
in the
damn day.
13th?
Yep. The broken TV set, they called it. Had to sing
No.
that song every day. I'm the dog
That's
faced soldier.
I'm the dog-faced soldier with a rifle on my shoulder.
Yeah.
I eat
Send
rugby
me.
for breakfast every day. So
Send me.
feed me ammunition. Keep me in the 3rd Division. You're a dog-faced soldier, boys. Okay.
Exactly. Before that, it was 24th. The Taro. I was part of the Taro Leaf before that.
It was, yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
you were there during the transition when 3rd
Yeah.
ID came back from
Right.
Germany.
I came in right there.
Oh, gross.
I was shortly after that, just a few years after that, and they still had all the grapefruit or the grapevine patches all over the place.
Yeah. That was Army, man. Vets, but the vet takes a long time, but it's at least you got something. The medical, man, it takes forever.
Yeah. Well,
Like months.
being 100% permanent and total. Being 100% permanent and total gets my children Army or not Army gets my children college fund. So
Yeah, VA
my
for sure.
children's tuition is paid for. I don't want to be 100% permanent and total, right? I'd rather
Yeah.
work and actually make money. I can send my kids through school with my own money. But since I can't work and I can't, do a bunch of stuff I used to be able to do, at least the Army is, well, the VA, I should say, because the Army kicked me out.
Yeah.
But the VA is paying for my children to go through school. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to the VA right now because they've been super helpful for me, and like they're pretty friendly. Everybody that I've dealt with there was pretty friendly and pretty cool.
Agreed.
The other stuff like the paperwork and all that, and they take forever. But everybody that I've interacted with has been pretty helpful.
I'm going to switch back to the drunken philosopher because although everybody thinks of a 3rd Infantry Division man as a drunken soldier, I'm going to switch back to the drunken philosopher for a second here and say that the VA is not the criminals that the public think they are. They have helped me and my family throughout the end of my career. And although I wanted to retire and say I'm retired Army, I didn't get to, right? 18 years and 3 months, 4 deployments, and they were god awful. Well, Bosnia wasn't bad, but Iraq sucked.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I was over there
So-
for a year.
all that stuff I did for 18 years, it was worth it to me. And now it's worth it to the VA to take care of me. And so I'm happy with the service I'm getting from the VA.
Yeah, shout out to the VA. We're gonna have them on the show to sing a song.
Cronus wants us to
If-
sing something.
Yeah,
This is not the karaoke stream.
there's not a karaoke stream.
No,
it's
it's a
later.
pain stream.
We got to save it
Yeah,
for tonight.
it's okay, Kronos.
Hmm.
We never get too upset with Kronos.
No,
Good
No.
Kronos.
but we just did the Dogface Soldier song, so that should count. He did that song.
That's
Special.
right, exactly.
He did
Yeah.
that one special.
Mhm.
Dogface Soldier,
I'm
rocking
just
them
a
on.
dog-faced soldier with a rifle on my shoulder. I eat raw meat for breakfast every day.
That was a beautiful
feed
song.
me ammunition. Keep me in 3rd Division. Your dog-faced soldier boy's okay. I still say boy and stuff.
Yeah, I just remember standing there every
Yeah.
day in the morning, half awake, like, all right, let's we got him. Let's go run.
And then you run 5 miles, right? Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
go run. And the air smelled like beer and
yeah. Kronos wants to know if that's good beer.
always. I think all beer is good at its core. Beer wants to be good.
I love Modelo. I love Modelo Negro, but I
Yeah.
don't like Modelo Amber, and that kind of makes me sad. So I pretty much stick with the one I got in Texas. Shiner Bock. If I go
Ooh,
out to a
that's a
bar
good
and they
beer.
Shiner Bock, I know it's not a bar that I belong in.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Right? That's Jedi.
That is Jedi Bill, apparently. Although I thought I was the blonde, good-looking one.
I'm good looking too.
You know what,
where-
Jedi Bill? I'll let you get away with that.
Huh? You let me what?
I'll let you get away with that. You think you're the
Oh.
good-looking one? Fine. You're the good-looking one. A lot of people like John Candy.
I'm gonna play it for you, Miho, just for you.
Bring it.
The soup intro. Using the scream. Oh well, I don't care. It's a dope paid stream. This stream has now been demonetized because Bon Jovi is a dick.
That is correct.
We just got a couple minutes.
Okay,
more.
and
Gas
the
not
mod.
much ready.
I can give you the space soup or the space
I have
Okay.
I'll have the cleavage. Special.
Yeah, I will have the cleavage.
Okay,
I
well,
You
love
are
special
cleavage.
definitely the mog.
I am definitely the mog.
feeling around on all the trees. And he said, we
Oh,
on Pluto.
classic William
John
From the bark, you
Turner.
dummies! From the bark!
Great character actor. Great actor altogether.
Hey, what's wrong with this guy? I don't know! Waitress! Waitress! What did he order?
What did he?
Oh, here's the special.
That's what I ordered! Change my order for the soup! Good move.
Yes, change mine to the soup.
Oh no, not again.
I need to bring back the soup.
Oh no, not
And make
again.
the soup great again.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. You need to come home and tell me I'm your own.
Only because the Bon
Check,
Jovi
please.
song.
Please, sir.
The video in
I
it
want some
doesn't.
more.
Edit it out. We don't want to see
Well,
the,
we'll have to figure out. How
Love
to do
it.
that.
Eagle 5 flying through space. We'll just go with the cafe scene from now on.
Yeah.
Now you got to do
All
that
you gotta
song.
do is cut off like 30 seconds of the video, and you got a perfect intro to the soup. Change mine to the soup.
That's now you got to do
Yeah,
that
there
Van
was-
Halen song. You got to do that Van
There-
Halen one tonight.
Yeah. That's some chunky soup. Says Kronos.
Yeah, who don't love soup?
All right. I think we're out of chronic pain, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna say I need to go sit in my recliner anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody.
And I'm gonna play some in my Cosme Theater room. I'm gonna play some Band of Brothers because Memorial Day is coming up this Monday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I'm not
big-
doing anything this year. I'm not doing a stream this year.
Well, you're welcome to drop by any of my streams.
He knows
All right.
that, I'm sure.
Well, I'm out of here. It was nice meeting you.
Okay.
Even though you're a fucking tanker and you don't know how to fuel the goddamn thing.
Tread.
That's fine.
Treadhead.
All right. I'm
Bye.
out. Bye, everybody.
Hard heads.
My
All right.
Yeah, I seen Green Berets are coming up.
Yep.
That's the one you're gonna watch. Good choice. All right.
That's on Sunday, and then on Monday we'll do a double feature of "They Shall Not Grow Old," a documentary from World War One, directed by Peter Jackson, using real footage of World War One, and then the second featurette will be Saving Private Ryan.
All right. Good choices.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been up last night. Come on, Bill has a war movie on.
I was watching Platoon.
Yeah.
And the other day I watched
Made me
Casualties
so
of War.
mad. That's another one that made me mad, wasn't it?
Yeah, well.
These dang old war movies, I tell you.
Well, it's irritating when you see a war movie and they're killing women and they want to kill children and rape children. And it's like, that's the way it was in war.
Yeah,
That's
war.
wrong.
War is bad.
War is hell.
War is bad.
And I don't like war movies like that.
Yeah. But you know why wars happen? To boost economy.
Yeah, I know why. Wars happen because the government's stupid.
War is bad, but you know what's good? Karaoke. And I'll see you all tonight on the karaoke show.
All right. We'll be back here at 6 or 7, I think, whenever I set it up. I can't remember. But if you want to join us, please do.
I will be there.
Come back this
Make
evening
sure. Bye.
for some karaoke and some karaoke tunes rock and roll show. I'm your host, Jedi Bill 797. That's Nina Green. That was Miho. That was Mr. CCTV. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon, this evening.
Bye.
And we'll see you a little bit later. Until then, later, taters, as yes, Cronus would say. Good night. Be excellent to each other. Bye-bye for now.